Well, there are various things. I mean, one is the which is nearest at hand, perhaps in Europe and Japan, is that for aging societies like the European and the Japanese, this kind of obsession with capital accumulation and ever larger economic growth, I mean, I think is likely to lose its attraction, and values, I mean, like security, serenity, beauty, comfort, service will become increasingly important, and that it's quite possible, I mean, to envisage a long-term possibility of a society which is primarily concerned with these values of sociability, of security, beauty, etc., rather than capital accumulation. Another long-term possibility is the problematic of climate change, and the necessity, to the extent, I mean, that people will realize that some kind of regulation, some kind of reduction, stop of increasing greenhouse gas emissions will be established. Then that would require, I mean, some kind of collective economy, some kind of coordinated economy, and that will, I mean, preserving the planet will then be a superior value to capital accumulation, and so that's another reason why or another way man might see these things develop, and it's also possible to think, as part of this, that a planned and coordinated economy will have, it will be required, and we can already see, I mean, its advantages. It's interesting to notice that the production of solar panels, for instance, I mean, has become a Chinese specialty, and China is now, I mean, the leading producer of solar panels, because that's some this kind of priority to certain a specific target or specific kind of production. That's what coordinated and public economies are good at. They are not good at sort of satisfying the variety of consumer needs and so on, and that's why the old kind of industrial socialism, I mean, has lost its appeal. And then thirdly, apart from, I mean, this kind of society of decent aging, and of societies and economies of planetary responsibility, there's also the strivings for individual autonomy, and the delegitimation of all kinds of hierarchies and of authoritarian forms of rule. if we take a long view of social relations, I mean, one of the most striking things is the decline of deference in the world, and a refusal of young people, I mean, to defer to institutionalized authorities of all kinds. This is a long process, which in Europe, I mean, started with Enlightenment, but then got a great push of the 1968 movement. And it's, again, I mean, in the recent social movements, I think we can see the same kind of questioning all kinds of authoritarian institutions. And I think, I mean, that will also mean a questioning of the authoritarian institution of capitalist enterprise.